this was a painting that it used to be one of my genius paintings, which were the golds, coppers, and all those that were about unearthing the genius of who we all are. And I was in the studio the day that, I'm always in the studio. I was in the studio when Russia invaded Ukraine. And I was so horrified, it was like I had been knocked, the breath had been knocked out of me. And I went over and took the genius painting off the wall, put it on my big studio table, and started just pouring paint on it while I was crying. It was like, how could this be happening right now? Not knowing what was going to happen to Ukraine and hearing people talk about how Russia was going to just take it over in a week. And so I ended up starting the painting and spending the night here painting all night. And I was weeping, like, how could this be happening in our times? How could this country be invaded? And years ago in 90, I spent a year in Romania, so I was a little familiar with the dictatorship of Ceausescu, just having gone into work in an orphanage after that. And I don't know, I just had this incredible feeling of these people, this independent democratic culture being decimated by Putin. So I stayed, worked all night, slept at 3 or 4 in the morning, got back up, started working again, used a lot of my tools that are hanging on the rack. And on the back of this painting, I always write, these emotional paintings that drive me, I write on the back, like journal writing, just different thoughts and feelings. And on the back of this one, I wrote Zelenskyy's courage, Putin's cruelty. And that was a year ago. I had no idea what that meant, considering now the courage that Zelenskyy has shown. So I don't need a ride, I need arms. And the cruelty that Putin has shown, which is beyond anything any of us could have imagined, with civilians and children being captured and taken to camps, and women being raped, and all the culture in Ukraine being destroyed, and watching every Ukrainian person stand up for their country against this evil. So this painting, maybe one of those paintings I keep for myself, but that's what this is about. And I did title it Zelenskyy's Courage, Putin's Cruelty. So on the eve of the invasion, or on this day of what was building up a year ago, where everybody thought that this country would be gone in a week and be back in Russia's power, it shows what can be done to humanity and what a group of people, a culture that refuses to be decimated, can do for standing up for their own democracy.